ladies and gentlemen, Normal America with your host robnoerr. I'm back. Oh my goodness, what a week! It's been an amazing week. It's an amazing week for many things. We'll talk about it. Of course, no one cares about any of that. This is what everyone cares about. We all know it. That's right. You are watching the premiere show for strong black independent female voices, and we plan I'm presenting more of that this fine evening. I'm speaking now, coming at the tail end of the show. Yeah, Wade. And whip songs, of course. Now, I'm wearing my Crucible hat. It is kind of funny. I try to mix hats up, but because I was on vacation and I packed a couple of hats, the only hat I didn't pack was this hat and my Brian Shapiro hat, which I could put on, but I choose not to, unless it's making fun of people. So I got my Crucible cat on, but it kind of is apropos for today. So we'll talk about my big week, including the big secret I had, which I can now divulge. Of course, many of you know, if you watched the Crucible earlier today, where I was, but some of you don't. And so I'll talk about that. And I'll also talk about my vacation. Yes, I was in Israel. You got it. I was big time in Israel. You want to hear something shameful about me that I have to fix? I don't have a passport. I really don't. I've never had one. I've only ever been out of the country one time, and that was, I believe, the literal geographic location closest to where I live, which is Niagara Falls. I was on the Canada side of Niagara Falls when I was 19. That was before you needed a passport. So I was not in Israel. What wouldn't Rob do for $7,000? Good point. Shave my beard? I don't know. But yeah, I don't have a passport. Something I need to remedy, me and my entire family. You can get a Trump 250th edition passport. Oh, baby! We do have the enhanced ID, the real ID. You have to have that now to fly. You actually don't. You just have to pay. It's kind of funny. I saw a dude. I was at the airport, and this dude was talking to me about this. Just someone starts shooting the shit as we're waiting to go through TSA, and he's like, I don't have one of them real IDs. He's like, so they make you pay like $40. And I didn't say anything because I'm not trying to get like pulled aside for saying some like possible terroristic shit. But what's the point of that? Like if some crazy fucking Muslim terrorist wants to hijack a plane, it's like, sir, where's your real ID? I do not have one, but I have $40. Oh, okay. Get right on. You got her, buddy. Thanks, Mohammed. Hop on. Like, I know. What's $40 supposed to prove? If you have to have the real ID because it's like a security thing, what the fuck? You know, no one would risk losing $40 in an act of terrorism. Like, well, I'm sure there's more to it than that, but seemed pretty bleak. Thanks, Shroud Sabotage. I appreciate that, man. I love hearing from the people that watch that don't talk that much, because I'm like that. Most of the shows I watch, if I watch a live stream, I'm never chatting. So I know that there are those out there that aren't chatting. It's always great to hear from you, so thank you so much. But yeah, we went to Virginia, to the peninsula there on the east coast of Virginia. Got an Airbnb with Courtney and her family, my wife and her family, if you don't know her, Courtney. And it was wonderful. We had a good time, but I had to leave early. So I have this curse, which is I'm a very boring person anymore. I used to be fun, but now I'm better than fun. I'm a dad and a husband, and it's the best. It's better than being out traveling, drinking every night. It's good stuff. I love being a dad and a husband. It's by far the best thing that's ever happened to me. I totally recommend it. Find a woman, or if you're a woman, find a man that really you'd spend the rest of your life with. Have kids. It is the best. Just the best, the best, the best. I have more fun doing things like going to a zoo with my son than any of the partying I used to. Today, by the way, was top notch. Oh, yeah, Yinzer as well. That's awesome. It was great. I'll tell you about what we got up to today. But I have this thing where most nights I'm here. Even if I'm not streaming, I'll take a night with my family. So if like something came up, if someone was like, hey, can you do this big debate for me? Or can you help me with this? Or if my neighbor was like, can you house sit for me? Yeah, I'm probably good. But for some reason, the 1 or 2 times a year that I like actually plan something months in advance, things always come up during that. So, for example, later this month, DebateCon, which I'm going to be at, happens to be 4 months ago. I got tickets to this local campground to spend a week there with my side of the family, my mom and dad and my brother and my wife and son. And that's DebateCon. So I'm going to miss the middle of that. Actually, the beginning of it. This time I scheduled a vacation, and I had another opportunity come up that I didn't want to miss. So I will talk to you about that opportunity. But no, it wasn't the Poconos. We were on Onnecock, which I think I announced. Yes, the place I was at was called like Onnecock, which I thought about not telling you degenerates because you'd say, Rob was on a cock. No, it was an Onnecock, not on a cock. It's different. You know? So I did not go to Trump's fair. No, I wasn't on Onnecock, it was Onnecock. And then we went to Assateague. I don't know why everything in Virginia is like for 13-year-old boys to snicker at. It's not good. It's not good. But anyways, it was a lot of fun. There was a little bay there. And you got to drive over this huge bridge to like get on the peninsula. It's like 4 miles. Kids loved it. But it was a lot of fun. But I had to leave. I had to leave Wednesday. And then I flew back Saturday for a project. So unfortunately, I ended up missing a lot. But I made up for it today. Today, I'll show you where I was. I'll show you one picture. You ready? Everybody wanted to know what I was going to do. There's where I was today. Apparently, there's this place. So you remember that company I was working with, InGen? They have this theme park called Jurassic Park, where they've apparently modified real dinosaurs. It was incredible. We were having a great time. We took the family there. But you wouldn't believe it. These raptors got out and started chasing people. It was nuts. So we bailed before any of that shit happened. But it was crazy. Just an absolute crazy experience. You know? But I'm getting to the bottom of it. This damn John Hammond guy. We will get to the bottom of this Dino Gate. No, where I was at was a place in Pennsylvania called Reptile Land. It was amazing. It's a little thing. Like, you might go and be like, it's little. It's not that neat. But half the park is they have, like, robotic dinosaurs that you could walk around and see, which my son's really into dinosaurs, so it was a lot of fun. And then they have, like, a bunch of snakes and turtles, and they got one of those, I've seen this before, where you could go in and, like, there's a bunch of parakeets, and they'll give you, like, a little stick with, like, peanut butter and birdseed, and you can hold it, and the parakeets land on you. My son loved that. Ton of cool snakes. They had more rattlesnakes than I've ever seen, like, different types. Like Eastern Diamondback and Western Diamondback, and it was pretty cool, man. Big alligators. My son's a big alligator fan, so they had big alligators. And they even had a baby alligator that my son got to, like, rub its back. He was over the moon. He is now insistent that he wants to be a zookeeper and work with crocodiles when he gets older. So we could have a Steve Irwin in the making. He won't have such a cool accent. It'll be a Pittsburgh accent. But, man, it was fun. And I got to say, there is nothing better to me. Like, I went and I did some stuff for work, and it was a blast, and I'll tell you about that here in a minute. But there is absolutely nothing like getting off an airplane and seeing your family and going and doing fun stuff with it. It was absolutely tremendous, and I had a lot of driving today, but, man, was it a fantastic experience. And I'm over the moon. Could not have been a better cap to the vacation. We got to do this really fun thing, and it was so cool. My son was so happy to touch that alligator. He thought it was the coolest thing. You could just see him light up. It was amazing. So I couldn't be happier with the whole experience. It was amazing. Now, you didn't miss the big announcement yet. So that's what I did. I went to the peninsula in Virginia from Sunday to Wednesday, and then from there, Saturday, coming back. Last night, we drove partway out of Philly, got a hotel, and then went to Reptile Land today. And we drove home. I probably got home 3 hours ago. And it's been a good day. So it is a humbling experience to know. I say this all the time, but I really mean it from the bottom of my heart, that I am one of the luckiest people that it's ever lived. Did you ever see that meme where it's like, what was the show? Narcos. Has anyone ever seen the show Narcos? I have not seen it, though I've heard it's good. And it's about Pablo Escobar. And you'll see the meme where it's just like him, like, I assume from the show it's like when things are going really well for him, because he's like just standing in like a field and he's just like he's so pleased he's breathing. That's how I felt this week. That's how I felt when I got back and I'm sitting there with my family and we get into the hotel and my wife's like, "Can you go across the street and get a couple fun beverages? Like I think I got an orange juice for my son and I got a diet soda for me and I think a Celsius for my wife." I was like, "Yeah." And just like walking back from the parking lot, I was like, this is peak. This is the absolute peak. I don't know that life will ever get better than what it is today, right now, this day. It's just, there's always something great about getting off an airplane and seeing your family. And it just, I cannot say high enough. It's absolutely just an incredible week. So, so what was I up to? I promise I'll get to all the super chat. In fact, I'll read the super chats now. Man, you guys are incredibly generous. Thank you so much. Golly, 46 starts off during the intro, mind you. Him and Zach Yelpy during the intro. $46. Thank you so much, man. It's always appreciated. The great Zach Yelpy, $10 says, congrats. I heard the thing went very well. It did, and I'll talk about it here in a minute. Sears Site, $5 says, good evening, Rob. Good evening to you. AJC, $20. Thank you, my man says, for all the hard work you do behind the scenes, you do for us and your audience. Thank you. I appreciate that. We'll talk about some of the behind the scenes stuff. And then Pix Paradox, $10 says, Dino Gate, justice for baryonyx. There was no baryonyx at Reptile Land. There was a T-Rex. There was no Carnotaurus either. I was like, you guys don't have the champ here? What kind of shady dinosaur Jurassic Park doesn't have a Carnotaurus? The champ. I fully expected them to have a Gully 46 Carnotaurus, you know? Or just a picture of Gully there with like a Dino Gate championship belt, you know, the Blasterbot Invitational belt. But no! Kyle Swim the Now, thanks for being a member. Says, welcome back, Rob. Thank you. It's my pleasure. More Celery, 5 months member says, don't forget us little people now here, Big Dog. Please. Never. And the great Wade Boggs says, the wheel is back, baby. Dino Gate, hashtag never forget, 6/13/26. $100, absolute legend. My goodness. All right, so what was I up to? So, a lot of times things get kicked around behind the scenes, and it's hard to talk about them because one of the things you don't want to do is say, I'm going to do X, and then X not happen. That's not good. And so my policy is always to keep my mouth shut until something happens and then talk about it afterwards. And so I knew that there was probably about a month ago, I knew that there was a big opportunity for me coming up. And I kept my mouth shut about it. I was very excited, but I kept my mouth shut up about it. And then as we got closer to the date, it sort of confirmed and it happened. Chop Chop, $20 says, back in the attic, baby. Second story, baby. Hidakachi over in Rumble, $5 says, how come you sure you aren't moonlighting as a blue-haired lib? Closer than you would think. First off, I have to say, I'm a very good debater, and I'm a very good debate coach. And I'm a good podcast guest, and I think I'm a good streamer. But there's a lot of people that are those things. I don't know how good I am. What's important is people that matter think that I'm very good, which is important. But I just want to start by saying before I talk about this, the only reason I got this opportunity once more was my friend Andrew Wilson, who not only is my best friend in the streaming space that I've known for years now and talked to for years, not only is the reason that I stream full time because he took a chance on, you know, paying me as a contractor to help out with some stuff, but really has helped me grow my channel and start my own thing. And it was always important to me that I'm different than Andrew. I debate different than Andrew. I talk about different things than Andrew. I do a different type of show than Andrew. But I'm not an idiot. A lot of the people that watch me through the crucible. And this was another opportunity that I received because of Andrew. And, I've always been one to bet on myself. I think that if I get in the room with people, I do very well. And so a big opportunity was put on my plate, and I think I did very well. I've gotten very positive feedback from it. So I asked people what they thought it was, and I had everything from I was going on Joe Rogan, that I was going on Steven Crowder's show, but no one guessed. No one even guessed the organization, which I thought was kind of funny. Now, some people know because Andrew talked about it, but yeah, we were actually at Turning Point USA, is where we were. And me and Andrew were brought in to coach the upcoming crop of the Turning Point USA debaters. And that's what we did. We went down there and helped run their program. And with any luck, that's something that we're going to be continuing doing. And it was a blast. We did an amazing job. I think everyone really liked us down there. I think that I got to meet Erica Kirk. I got to meet Andrew Colvett and all the people that run Turning Point. And they seemed thrilled with how well we did. And it seems like they would like to have us back. And they expect good things from the debaters that we were coaching. I did coach collegiately debate for about 5 years. I was pretty good at it. I helped coach a novice team to the novice national championship at the American Debate Association. And I like coaching. It is obviously better to coach hands-on. It's better to be in the room. And I thought it was a blast. Again, I got a full credit. It's not like these people were like robnoerr. These people were like Andrew Wilson, and Andrew was like, "Should bring my buddy Rob." He was an actual debate coach, and we worked great as a team. And we did. We did phenomenal. Are there any videos of my old collegiate debates? Yeah, but I don't think they would be online, and I don't have them. We used to record them on those little flips, but I'm sure they've been erased. But I'm sure there were some tournaments that recorded them. I don't know where it would be. But as mentioned on Joe Rogan, that's true. So we went down, and it's a unique style of debate. Anyone that knows Turning Point knows, Charlie Kirk, obviously, someone that I have a big admiration for. And the style of debate that he was doing to prove me wrongs on college campus, it's a different style of debate than maybe what you would see elsewhere. It's not the same as collegiate debate like I used to do. It's not even the same as these online debates or panels that you see. And I always say the very first thing you need to ask yourself when you're debating is, why am I debating? What is the format? All of those sorts of things. Because if you're debating in a format that you're going to have a one-on-one and it's going to be a 3-hour debate, that really changes what you say and how you debate. As opposed to if you're going to have a 5-minute debate with someone, obviously your tactics are different. And so we wanted to really, focus in on different styles of debate that you might do, different formats, and things like that. And obviously, I'm not going to give too much away on the style of that, but a big part of what I was doing, it was fun because Hidekachi said this. I don't know what all Andrew said about it. I didn't watch. I was driving today, but I know Andrew streamed and talked about this. Part of my role was to be the rabid lefty and debate these people. And I like that. I like playing devil's advocate, and I'm pretty damn good at it. I hope I'm not buffering. Someone let me know if I'm buffering other than Mercelery. But it was a pleasure. It really was. And, obviously people probably aren't going to say, you suck, but I think it was pretty evident that everyone thought we were very good. Thank you, not buffering. And so, yeah, I was the blue-haired lib. That was sort of my job, to run people through the paces. of what to expect. And by the way, that helps me debate as well when I'm trying to argue uh, points that leftists would work. It's something you should do. If you're debating, you should consider what your opponent's argument will be. And if you could argue your my volume's weird sometimes, that's probably because I never faced the mic the whole time. Can I give you an example of my leftist takes? Maybe sometime. The problem is if you do it, then you get clipped and people say it. So that's sort of tough. I should have wore a wig. Yeah. Um, but it was nice. We met some nice young people that are going to be doing their debates, and I think some of them have a real good opportunity. Yeah, Zenkrios, we used to do that. We used to play devil's advocate, but what we found was people would start clipping us and putting it on X. Look, even robnoerr's a liberal now. Even Andrew's a liberal now. And so we decided we sort of stopped doing some of that because people were, especially Andrew. It's not so bad with me, but with Andrew, people will clip him from like him literally a devil's advocate debate that we did 3 years ago where he's pretending to be like a blue-haired lefty, and they'll be like, oh yeah, Andrew tries to be based now, but look what he used to say, I did not use the show me your penis line. I screwed that up. I should have went, that's a debate tactic that I'm just, still not proficient in. I'm still, you got to really be an expert to use the show me your penis line, What's Mojo Matsy say? Now look, I don't know. Let's see. I'll say this. I can speak for myself. I don't think it's any different with Andrew, though. It's not like we're Turning Point USA employees. I'm not saying I would be opposed to that, but it's literally, can you help people debate? I'll tell you my theory on this. I am not the most ideologically pure person. Now, you might not like that. My motivation is I hate the left. Now, let me explain why. I think that ultimately there is a lot of truth into we have a false dialectic. There's truth to that. Ultimately, the people that are really calling the shots at the top level, they're not really Republican or Democrat or left or right. They just want to consolidate power to their groups. But the problem is that it's not the same. The left is the most useful tool that they have culturally and politically at this point, because the people that make it up are so convinced of their moral superiority that they could justify any act of authoritarianism against their opponents. And they could justify separating us based on a cultural Marxist view of oppressor versus oppressed and attack all of the groups that they feel are oppressors. White people, men, Christians, citizens of the United States, and so forth. Straight people, wealthy people, whatever. So I will go on record as saying this. You guys could believe me or not. I'm not going to say names. I have been offered opportunities where money has been suggested to me to help coach people. And I said, are some of them left wingers? And I was told yes. And my answer was no deal. I will not coach lefties. Now, I did coach on a college campus before for a specific type of debate, the game of policy debate. That's different. But now in my life, it's like actual coaching people to debate to help get political and cultural change. Now, not doing it. I won't coach a lefty. If someone ends up turning into a lefty, I can't help that. But if you're like, hey, will you go to this Democratic group? Nope. But what if we pay you huge money? Nope. Not happening. Don't give a shit. On the opposite side of that, if you're on the right, you're fucking A, I will. Especially if you're paying me. Because I don't give a shit. Am I 100% aligned with Turning Point or The Blaze or Tucker Carlson or the Daily Wire. No, I'll never 100% be aligned with any other politician, let alone a political group. I'm not. Am I aligned in seeking to defeat the left? You're damn right I am. And so I will help those people. That's it. Anyone who wants to say, well, Turning Point's official position on tariffs is X. What do you think about that? I'd be like, I don't care. But you work with the Blaze, and hypothetically, they're okay with gay marriage. That's okay. I don't care. They right-wingers trying to beat the left? Yep. Yep. Sounds good. Rob, that one person you coached, he's a crazy sect of, Pentecostal that wants to overthrow like all other religions. I didn't know that. I'm coaching righties to beat lefties. That's what I'm doing. That's it. Rob, that organization you went to had Scott Pressler, and he's gay. That's okay. I don't care. Scott Pressler trying to move the needle to beat the left? Good. I'm in. That's it. I've said this before. That's why I'll team with the libertarians. That's why I'll team with neocons to an extent. I always get this backwards. This is my left, but it looks right to you. So we're here. And it's getting crazier. The left is getting crazier. We need to go way over here. Now, at some point, if we get to here, we're going to start to fracture. And I'm going to say, yeah, I don't agree with you people on this. But we're here. I said this after, and it's sort of ironic that I was working with Turning Point because I said this after the assassination of Charlie Kirk. One of the things that Kirk was amazing at was bringing different groups of the right together. And for me, that's what should have happened. We should have balkanized over the death of Charlie Kirk and got stronger and come together and said, yes, many of us have disagreements, different groups, of course. But my goodness, look what we're up against. And unfortunately, the opposite happened. But for what it's worth, for little old me, I'm willing to do that. And I know that it's going to piss some of my audience off at some point. I'm going to tell you right now, if I could sit in a room with Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh and Glenn Beck and Erica Kirk and Nick Fuentes and Tucker Carlson, I would. I'd say, how do we focus on taking down these insane lefties? That's what I would do. And you might say, but I hate Tucker, or I hate Ben Shapiro, or I hate Nick Fuentes, or I hate Glenn Beck. Okay, that's cool. It's not that it was an opportunity, it was a necessity. Well, we all have our little factions fighting each other. They're murdering the best of us and laughing about it. And so we should have said, holy shit, look what the stakes are. They took out the one guy that was trying to bring us all together. We can't leave this divide us. Now, that's not for everyone. I get that. It's not for everyone. There are people that are going to say, no, there are certain groups on the right that I'm like, and I have my groups. There's still people with the right that I wouldn't want to work with. But the vast majority, I'd say, I don't care. If it's about getting real political and cultural wins on the ground, you're fucking right. I'm in. That's right. It does take all types. I agree with that. And that's one of the things, as a debate coach, look, I'm not going to get too much into like what our coaching style was, but I don't know if you knew this. Me and Andrew are what you might consider to be pretty aggressive debaters, That's not everyone's style. Not everyone's going to go in there and be like, fuck you. Some people, that's not what they do. That's fine too. Not everyone's going to be a debater. That's fine too. It takes all different styles doing all different styles of things. Oh, he told you about Brian's DM. I'll talk about that in a second too. So that's my philosophy on it. My integrity is that I will not openly or knowingly help a leftist group like that. Now, I would knowingly help a person on the left. Like if someone's a Democrat and their friend, and they're like, "Oh, my tire was flat," I'd help them change it. That's different. You understand that, right? That's different than trying to help them politically. So if you're one of my friends from college that are watching and you're like, "Well, shit, I was going to ask Rob if he would help me plan a surprise party, for one of our old friends." Yeah, I'd do that shit. You understand that's different. But I'm not going to help your political side win. Fuck that. No. Not happening. Yeah, and helping Democrats come to the right, that's different. Let them change their own fucking... By the way, you're in bad shape if you're calling me for any sort of, like, blue-collar work. You might as well... If you're calling me to, like, help you with, like, handyman type shit or with a tech issue, you're fucked. Just throwing that out there. If I'm your last resort, it's like, we're up shit's creek. It's not going to go so well. But, yeah, I mean, as for Turning Point itself, forget about Turning Point's political messaging for a second. Man, you guys are incredibly generous. Thank you so much. Here's, for me, what Turning Point represents. Probably the biggest youth outreach, college campus outreach for conservatives ever, at least during my lifetime. I've been saying for years that the Republicans and the right and the conservatives need to reach younger people, particularly younger men. They need to. I've been talking to, never worked with Turning Point or the Young Republicans officially. I've done some things with some Young Republicans, but nothing really official. But my message was always like, we should be reaching out to young people. Like, for example, did you see the thing about Scott Wiener, right? Where he's getting chased out of these fucking, LGBT events, even though he's like a disgusting fucking lefty for reasons we'll get into probably tomorrow. I used to say this to people all the time, younger people. I was like, look, as conservatives, you might fuck up early in life. That's okay. Maybe you said a really crude joke in your yearbook. Who gives a shit? We have fun. We laugh. Not the left. They'll eat you alive. We on the right can have a good time. It doesn't mean you have to be a sexual deviant or degenerate. But me and most of my friends are right-wingers. We have a blast. So much of the image of like conservatives or Republicans has been like stuffy people in suits. Fuck all that. We're the ones that actually have fun. The left's the one with blue-haired, shrill people that, are trying to keep you in line. Oh, come on, you gotta, just look at some of those DSA events. We need a trigger warning on this. Oh, that's offensive. Oh, we can't do that. That's not who we are. The other thing is, all the shit that the left's promising, the massive spending, all that shit, that's going to be paid for by young people. They're the ones that'll be screwed. Now we find ourselves. Young people can't afford a home. Inflation. So I've always been about like, look, part of what you should be doing as a cultural and political movement is reaching out to young people. And it's, for my money, no one has consolidated and put so much energy in reaching out to particularly young people on college campuses more than Turning Point. And so the ability for that organization to influence the future generations, I think, is immeasurable, how much influence that could have. And I am humbled to have an ever so slight part in that. and to be able to connect with those young people through that and say, yeah, let's teach you to be badass debaters and win the fucking argument and have fun while we're doing it. I think that is humbling for me to be able to have part in that. I was always proud to be able to coach people to debate at the little university that I was working for, but to be able to actually work with people that basically have a direct line of communication to the administration. It's a weird thing. And, for some guy like me that's just like sort of a redneck, I don't know anyone in my life. I mean, I know the greatest people in the world, random drunk dudes. They're cool as shit. They're great. But I don't have any connections. I always thought it was funny. I think I've talked about this in the show before. Like, you'll hear about an assassination, like, oh, Sirhan, or, whoever. Like, take any random assassin, and it's always like, well, they were family friends of Senator such and such. I was like, man, my family don't know anyone. I don't have any connections like that before I was like doing the streaming thing. I just don't. I'm in my little bubble, and it's great. I love my bubble. It's the best. It's the best bubble in the world. Blue collar dudes. Oh, look at this guy. Crucible and Real says, shut up, Zio Shill. Yeah, they finally got me and Andrew. They taught us the words to Hava Nagila. Now we're officially in, man. We're in. But no, it's weird. And I'm sure Andrew feels the same way to some degree as well. It's weird that people are talking to you that maybe the next day are talking to the president or talking to the vice president or talking to, the Speaker of the House or talking to a senator. It's a weird feeling. And not only that, and I have to give, I don't know how much I can say. I have to give more credit to Andrew than me in this. Like, I'm my own person, I am, and I'll say what my opinions are. But Andrew, really, more than anyone I've ever met, like, I feel like, I'll just put it this way. I'll put it in a hypothetical. My guess is most of the people that run into Donald Trump are probably, to some degree, like, awestruck and kissing his ass. And by the way, the same of, like, Barack Obama or, I don't know about Biden, just because he's a human vegetable and everybody knew he couldn't understand you. But, it's the president. You'd be like, wow, Mr. President, yes, thank you. I feel like Andrew would be the type of dude that, like, Trump would be like, great to meet you, Andrew Wilson, blah, blah, and Andrew would be like, what the fuck you doing with Iran? What is this shit? What the fuck, man? You're fucking this up. You realize that? And everyone would be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that's sort of the guy he is, and to a lesser extent, that's the way I am. And so you're dealing with people that are very influential, powerful people in the sense that they're connected to, like, people, actual people that theoretically are writing policies that govern the direction of this country. And you're like, this is what you need to do to help, like, you're in this case, to help your debaters. This is it. You're getting hired to tell them, their people that they're bringing up, this is how you debate. And it's sort of a humbling experience. But we're very fucking good at what we do. We are. And at the end of the day, that still matters in some areas. Now, the left would like that to not matter. They want meritocracy to end. It's like the old cliche about racism, right? Like, professional sports is one of the easiest things to end racism because it's like, yeah, we want to win. We don't give a fuck if the starting pitcher's Irish or Jewish or black. We just fucking the guy that can throw the ball the best. That's who we want. It doesn't matter if you're a redneck. if you're really fucking good at showing these kids how to debate. And we are really good at that. Really fucking good. And I think, from my end of it, all the feedback we got was absolutely amazing. And I'm very proud of that. And I would not have been, I think that Andrew and me work together, especially in that capacity, amazingly well. I think if you would have saw that event, you'd be hard pressed to not think that me and Andrew have known each other since high school and have been doing that. And to just be like, well, they've only known each other for 4 years. I think we are very effective at it. And I will be humble in a lot of ways. And I try to be on this show, but from the bottom of my heart, I know I'm one of the best debate coaches in the country. I'm one of the best debaters in the country. And I know Andrew is as well. And I know when we're working together, there was 50 fucking thousand things that could have went wrong this weekend. And not one of them was, once me and Andrew were in the room in front of these people, I knew we were going to crush it. There was no doubt in my mind. My flight could have canceled. My fucking fat ass pants could have split at the seams and made me look like a fool. Someone could have slapped me in the face because I was yelling at them as a lefty. All that shit could have happened. But I knew that once that event started, we were going to crush it. No, there literally zero doubt in my mind. Zero. And not just I was going to do good, that Andrew was going to do good. And that we were going to be excellent together. And it was going to be a better event because we were doing it together. And we fucking crushed it. And I knew we would. There was no doubt in my mind. And that might make me sound arrogant. I think it just makes me realistic. That's just the honest truth. And I'll 99.9% guarantee anyone that sat in that event would tell you absolutely killed it. And I really hope that those people that listen, now listen, here's the truth with any coaching. And if you've ever coached anything from Little League to, high school sports to chess to maybe you tutored music, here's the truth. Not everyone is going to be amazing. That's just the way it works. But I really think that we put people in the best position possible given the time constraints we had. Here's the other thing. Me and Andrew, if we were to coach the way we would want, you'd be talking about a fucking 2-week course, 40 to 80 hours. So our big concern was how much time do we got? We want more time. So it's also a challenge, just like it would be a challenge in a debate if you're told, look, you have a limited amount of time. It's challenging coaching being told you have a limited amount of time. Because there is so much to cover. But I think we did a great job. I think, yeah, Andrew's right. It still wouldn't be enough. I think we did a phenomenal job given the time constraints we had. And that's the hardest part. So when we're prepping this, what we're really, really spending the most time is how do we narrow this down? What is the high points that we need to hit in 4 hours? And then, another thing, this is just, it has nothing to do per se about what you're saying, but you also, anytime I learned this from coaching debate and other things, like being in a job, with a corporate job where you set in trainings and shit, people have limited attention span. If you just lecture to a person for 4 hours, they're going to tune out after a half an hour. So, it was really Andrew's idea. It was we're throwing people to the fire like that. There ain't gonna be us just up there boring lecture. It's get your ass up here. You're getting thrown in the fire. Let's see what you got. And I think that it really helped. It was more that sort of I've always been like that. I learned better hands-on. When I was doing debate in college, that's what I love to do. My coach would be go ahead. You're debating me. Go give a speech. And you'd start to give a speech and coach stop you. No, wrong. Here's what you did wrong. Here's what you could do better. Go again. That's how I learn. And I think that a lot of people learn better that way. And it keeps it entertaining for everyone in the room. It's not stuffy where it's just okay, now we're going to go to PowerPoint 3 here. And That shit never worked for me. Maybe it does for some people, but for me, it just never worked as a coach or as someone learning. So we tried to keep it fun and hands-on, and I think it really did work. So thanks, AIOU. I appreciate that, man. I see you over on Rumble. So it was an amazing opportunity. Who knows? And it's like with anything. Again, from the bottom of my heart, I have to thank Andrew. I'm very good at what I do. One of the things I'm very bad at is selling myself and making connections. And Andrew is phenomenal at that stuff. I think I'll be honest, if me and Andrew had a philosophical debate, I couldn't hang. I'd be all right. I'd still be better than most of the people Andrew's debating, but he would convincingly win. If we had like a normie policy debate, it'd be 50-50. It would. It'd probably depend on the topic and which side we were on and shit like that. But I'm a very good debater, and so is Andrew. But when it comes to like organization things and making contacts and like an eye for like building a big community like Andrew's done at the Crucible, I can't hold a candle to him. I can't. It's just not me. I'm very good at like political strategizing. That I'm good at. This is where we should be moving. This is what a campaign should do. This is what an organization. But that's a different skill than building a team of people and like establishing connections and like from all these different groups. It's one of the things Charlie was good at, and that's one of the things Andrew is great at. Absolutely great. And so if it wasn't for him, I would have never made these connections. And so I cannot thank him enough. I really can't. And I don't give a shit. Maybe you're like, I don't like Andrew's debate style. I don't like Andrew. I'm telling you right now, quite literally my best friend in this space, and not just in this space, one of my best friends in the world, and I'll never be able to thank him enough for helping me out with the opportunities that I've gotten. Not just with that type of shit, but also with you all and being able to do a show. So it was truly, everybody talks about like he was mean to this person online. By the way, here's the other thing. 90% of those clips you see when he's like talking shit, even if it's like on whatever, what you don't see is the hour and a half before that section in the debate where this person was extremely rude to him and talking shit about his wife and stuff like that. That's usually how that's going, But nonetheless, what you don't see is behind the scenes shit like I do. It is getting a little gay and sappy. Yeah. Fuck Andrew. How about that? But no, I think it was great. It was great for the opportunity. And I'm of the belief that if you're given an opportunity that you fucking crush it. And that's what we did. So we'll see where it goes from here. You never know. Maybe I'll go back to help out in the future. Maybe not. Maybe that'll be the end of it. We'll see. Excuse me. But, man, it was a lot of fun. I live for that shit, man. I love, like, debating and coaching. And I live for, like, particularly, like, getting to debate and show off my chops. Like, I got to be Lefty Rob and smack around some people. This shit's fun. I like it. It was good stuff. It's nice to have an excuse to, like, be a rude asshole to people, but it's okay, because it's like, part of the left, like, if you go on a college campus and you're giving your thoughts, you're going to have some shit yelled at you, right? Some lefties are going to yell some shit. So I got to be that guy yelling some shit, All right. First up, we reached the goal, so I might as well give a goal. Thank you so much. Some more super chats before we move on with the show. Alexander, thank you for becoming a member. Really appreciate it. Intel Wild, what's up, my man? $5 says, if Trump is a 34 count felon, then Destiny's definitely a 128 count felon, allegedly. Did something more happen I'm unaware of? Shit. Nate the Eagle, member for 7 months, says, not one step back. If only Charlie was there to meet you. Yeah, it would have been a pleasure. It really was. But meeting All the people there was a lot. It was great, but I agree. It would have been great to meet Charlie. King of all pixels, $10 says it's like rock radio going away. All the genres couldn't listen to the others, and rock radio is gone now because no group was big enough to sustain on their own. Would much rather have a strong GOP. Yeah. Now listen, I'm not saying. Look, everybody's got their own thing. They really do. My opinion might be different than yours, might be different than Steven Crowder's, might be different than Turning Point, might be different from Andrew, might be different from Trump's team or JD Vance or Rubio. I'm a simple man. I want to crush the left. But Rob, false dialectics and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I'll listen to you. I still want to crush the left. I want to crush them culturally. I want to crush them politically. And here's the thing. You want to know what's funny? They'll be better off if my side wins. They will. Their world will be better. Most of them are miserable sacks of shit anyways. I want to crush them. And that means I'm willing to work with people that I don't align with on everything. That's it. That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm not saying that there are people that are like, wait a minute, that's wrong, because that's clearly there are extents to that I won't go, but that's where I'm at. So Nate the Eagle, $5 says, were any of the debaters you coached at TPUSA anyone we may know or recognize? Love Andrew's response to Brian's DM. I don't know what Andrew said about Brian's DM, so I won't divulge much of that. Maybe there might be some people you'd recognize. I won't say anyone just because I don't know. Maybe if there were people that didn't want to divulge they were there, but I think I'm fair in saying this, that this isn't saying much. No one was there that was bigger than Andrew's channel, but that's basically not many people anyways. Pix Paradox, absolute legend, $100 says, whip it good. Devo whip wheel, damn. We'll get there tonight. Pandemic Slab, $5 says, it's pretty great white pill knowing that Crucible TPUSA are working together. They did that day. I agree. Zen Krios, thanks for being a member again, man. Big Daddy Pod, $5. What's up, my friend? Says, here's my Keebler tax, you bearded bass turd. That's a great way to spell that. I will take it. Thank you. And the great Joseph Urbano, $5 says, blessings and blessings upon you. Oh, man. Yeah, what a weekend, though. It was funny watching everyone guess where I was going to be. No one guessed Turning Point, coaching Turning Point. But there I was. And having a great time doing it as well. And I'm just going to go out on a limb. I don't think it'll be the last time. Just guessing. We'll see. Anything could happen. But I don't think it'll be the last time. Crucible Crusader, member for 11 months, says, what's this Dino Gate I keep hearing about? Oh, give me a second. And then the King Adam, member for 12 months, says, a year sure does go by fast watching the bets. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. 1 year. Whew. Unreal. Dino Gate. We did the Blasterbot Dino Battle Invitational on June 13th. And we had a special machine where dinosaur cards fought each other. And it wasn't until the end of the event that we found out that the particular model of machine I was using tends to give added chances to win to the dinosaur fighting on the right side of the machine. So now a bunch of people in my channel are super pissed off and calling it Dino Gate. But everybody used the same machine. It was provided by InGen and John Hammond, and the dinosaurs got out in Jurassic Park. It's not my fault. Birdie the dog, $5 says, welcome back, Rob. It's great to be here. I personally went to Jurassic Park today, aka Reptile Land, to investigate. Blasterbot wasn't even in the finals. It was AJC versus Gully. King Adam, thank you so much. 20 memberships. Incredibly generous. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Big Daddy Bud, $5 says, Mama told Rob when he was young, come sit beside me, my only son, and listen closely to what I say. It took me that long to realize. When be a simple kind of man. I had a friend that could really belt that song out. He was great. We were so fast at starting our debate course, and we were in such limited time. I was going to mention in my introduction, like, my name's robnoerr. I was a nationally ranked debater. I coached a team to a national championship, but more importantly, one-time karaoke champion of Freiburg, Pennsylvania. Bam! The most important, right? Truth Revolt TV. $10 says, for the war chest. Thank you, man. Charlie Daniels, Simple Man, yeah. Well, I don't do the high-pitched shit good. What song did I win? I was singing Danzig. I blew the speakers out. I was singing it so good. That's what that means, right? When the speaker blows up, you were singing really good. Right. If they would have known that, they'd been like, oh, shit. Freiburg, Pennsylvania karaoke champion. We out. We out of here. That's true. It would have been too much. Andrew read the DMs on stream, so I should be fine commenting. I know, but they're his DMs. He could talk about them. Yes, that's right. Did you also get told Turning Point USA hates you too? Or is that just Andrew? Diesel pay for $5. No, they didn't say that about me. That was some. Was that Shaprio saying that stuff? Oh, we might as well, right? Where's my clip? Oh my gosh, I haven't been here so many days. Oh yeah, we just do this.
He harasses women in messages, has a weird infatuation with men's organs. He's a syndicated radio host, and it's all about respect. He's Brian Shaprio.
Yes. Hates him. Turning Point hates him. American Dad, what's up? 20 months. Holy cow. Says, when will we see Rob FT on Coom Tunes? Well, I was on the Brian Shapiro cartoon. I was boxing him. Me and Jay Dyer, right? So that happened. Mangozi, $10 says, and I was mentioned on Joe Rogan. Yeah, I really could have brought out the big guns. Andrew would be like, hey, I'm Andrew Wilson, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, I'm robnoerr. I was mentioned on Joe Rogan. They'd have been like, oh, that's what I should have went with. Yeah, I screwed up. Dartho Moss, $5 says, mother. Yeah. Tell your children not to block my way. I don't know if I could still. I don't know. If we get to $1,000 tonight, I'll sing you a karaoke rendition of Mother. And then Glenn Danzig will probably personally come beat my ass for singing his song. That's okay. Maybe someday I'll be on Joe Rogan. It'd be fun. But if I don't make it, that's okay too. But anyways, it was a great week. Between that and then the vacation and going to the reptile land today. It really is. Man, I don't know what to say. It's all of my great supporters, everyone that donates money, all the friends I've met like Andrew and his family, and opportunities that I've had, my great family. It's really amazing. It's a great life. Sometimes I feel bad because I know it's not everyone's always in a good spot at all times. And I don't know what I did. I'm just very lucky. I constantly am aware of the fact that God has given me much more than I deserve. It's crazy. Did I see the Liver King versus Joe Rogan thing? I saw like a clip of like Liver King in like an interrogation cell, just like, yeah, it's kind of crazy, but that's all I saw. Big Daddy Pod, $5 says, don't know how you feel about this, but I'm about to get in the shower and listen to your show while the hot water is cascading over my middies. Congratulations. Truth Revolt, $5 says, Rob, I'm a debate champion and coach debate champions, Turning Point Crickets. Rob, I'm also Pennsylvania karaoke champ. That robnoerr? Yeah, that's what I expected. I used to. Now, I won a college campus rock, paper, scissors championship once. And then I had to go to a regional. And if I would have taken first or second in the regional, I got to go to Las Vegas and compete in a rock, paper, scissors championship sponsored by Budweiser. This was years ago. And I ended up losing in like quarterfinals in the regional. And the reason I was doing so good was I watched everyone, and most people were throwing the same thing. So if you threw like rock, scissors in round one, you probably threw rock, scissors in round two, or at least something close to it. So I wrote down everyone's, and it was working very well for me. I won the first tournament, and then the regional, it was working. And then unfortunately I got hammered and I stopped paying attention and I lost in quarterfinals. So I don't brag about it because I went down in defeat and shame. I was shamed out of the building as a loser. The guy that beat me was sober. It was embarrassing. Unforced Ego, what's up? 13 months says, welcome back, Mr. Norr. It's my pleasure to be back. Really is. But that's right. That's the type of thinking Turning Point needs. Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. So, oh yeah, it was a great weekend. Now one of the things that's weird, because I was on vacation and then I was off doing the stuff with Turning Point and whatever, I didn't follow much of the news, to be honest. And so I'm going to try to catch up tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be doing the extravaganza 5:30 over on the Crucible's Rumble channel. And I don't think I'm breaking anything to say this. I'm going to now be a full-time host. That's going to be, we're rebranding it a little. It's going to be me and Andrew are going to be the host. Some days it'll just be one of us. We're both busy. Some days it'll be both of us. But our good friend Jake Rattlesnake had a lot going on. The man travels the globe. His himbo duties take him all across the globe. So unable, unfortunately, to continue with the extravaganza. Still a great dude. Still look forward to talking to Jake many, many, many times in the future. Still keep Jake freshly on my contact list because every time my son has a question about Australia or animals in Australia, I text Jake like he's a biologist or something. And he's my go-to. I'm not going to use Google or some shit. I'll go straight to the source. My friend, the himbo, you know. But yeah, Andrew and me are going to be doing that show with the great Mr. E. And I'm very much looking forward to it. So yeah, 5:30 tomorrow, the extravaganza will be back, baby. And it's going to be fun. And obviously, we've been very busy, both Andrew and I. So we're going to get time to sit down and retool that show completely. So that show's going to get better and better. But I look forward to doing that full time as well. So, yeah, Jake's just so, that's really what happened. Now, all right, I wasn't going to say anything, but Jake actually got kicked off the show because me, Andrew, and Mr. E got tired of getting frame mogged by Jake. I'm already not the most handsome man, but then you put me next to Jake Rattlesnake, and it's like, it's glaring. So we were like, you got to go, man. We can't have you anymore, right? Look at that. How could you compete with that? Oh, crikey. Oh, sorry about that, mate. Well, shrimp on the barbie and kangaroos, I might. Yes, thank you, Jake. So, Bakester, thanks for the $10 over on Rumble. Says, how many whip songs do we get for the abandonment? 0! Stupid whip songs. Imagine that. That's what I should have told Turning Point. Like, well, what are you known for? Well, you see, there was this old Lord of the Rings song called Where There's a Whip, There's a Way. And, you know, I sort of play different versions of it, you know, for like hours. And they'd be like, I don't get it. Why? And I'll be like, well, you know, because like a third of my audience likes it. And they send money. They'd have just been like, oh, yeah, that sounds cool. Anyways, thanks for coming. It would not have been, you know. Big Daddy Pot again, $5 says it took me a lot of fried chicken and brown gravy to grow these middies. Very proud of them. I go braless. Come on. You know, that's funny. Thank you. Truth Revolt says Jake was bringing the wrong crowd anyways. Women. Yes. Thank you for the $5. Very true. We don't want no women. Look, we should all cheer for Turning Point, even if you don't like their politics. There's an organization out there that has the potential to reach millions of young men. Demographic that we forget Republicans. You, as someone who's a Christian or a cultural conservative, we're going to need those young people, particularly young men. So Justin Martin's $10 says, when you're out with Jake, are you the fridge protecting the snacks? I may in fact be the fridge protecting the snacks. He's not interested. That's me. Yeah. Excuse me. He's not interested. Yeah. What's up, Grid? Says, I tried to get you an opponent for my event in Dallas, but no one wants to smoke. Yeah, that's what James told me, too. Well, I appreciate it. I'll probably be busy down there anyway, so. Listen, I don't know if you guys knew this, but at DebateCon, I'm doing a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff for DebateCon. Like, someone has to taste each liquor that'll be available to make sure that it's up to par. And I'm not the kind of guy that just, take a little, no, I'll have to drink 5 or 6 shots of each liquor just to make sure it's up to par for you wonderful people. We can't be serving you inferior spirits. And let's not even get to the taste testing of actual food. So I'll be very busy. Yeah, Chop. Get on it. I hear you, Grid. Well, I'm honored to scare people. That's fun. I am a man of the people. I try to be. So I think tomorrow, I'll be doing the extravaganza, and then I think me and Ryan Mullally are going to do Law and Order. I have to talk to him. I think we're going to start that early. Normally that starts at 8. That might start at 7 because birthright citizenship case might come out. And even if it doesn't, there's so many cases that we want to talk about. So I got my work cut out for me tomorrow. I got to look into some of those cases. That's going to be a fun show. King Adam, $10 says, for your hard work to make sure of the suitability of my alcohol consumption. See? Someone appreciates the hard work. Stardust debating. I don't know if I'll be around, Grid. I got to be honest. I just don't know. So hit me up later once I figure out what's going on and what all I'm doing behind the scenes. But, I don't know that Stardust would want to debate me. The last time, not only did she not do well, but that's where I had my line. Not every guy wants to see her mouth open. She's not all that. Yeah. Give me a ring someday, Grid. But Triceratops cheated you. Lighting really loud fireworks. Now, I have 2 events coming up as well. I'm very close to 25,000 subs, and once we get there, we're going to do a special event. I don't know what yet. It might have to be in August because I'm going to be busy for most of July. So 25,000 subs, very close. And then July 4th, my birthday. When's that? When's July 4th? Is it Saturday? Let me check. Yeah. This coming Saturday will be my birthday. And I'm assuming I'll stream at least a little. I don't have any my wife asked what I wanted to do. I just want to hang out with my family. I don't really want to go out to the bar or anything. So I'm assuming I'll pop on for a quick minute, if not more than 10 minutes. Maybe I'll do a full stream. Maybe just pop on to say happy birthday to me. Oh, and the country. 250 years for the country. But more importantly, 42. Can you imagine? Only 42 of this country's years have been spent with me. Seems a shame. I figure with post-humanism and, nanotech, I'll probably live to be like 7,000 or something. So hopefully we're just a young country. My family is the chat. Thank you. Yeah, happy birthday. 42 whip songs. That sounds like a nightmare. That won't happen. 81 was a better year. 1984 I was born. Yeah. Here's hoping, man. I'm never going to blackpill. No matter how desperate and bleak it gets, I'll keep working forward. Yeah, it's a great day. Transhumanism, posthumanism. We didn't get to that, by the way. That's advanced. I'll give you a little advanced debate coaching. When to employ this. If you're in the middle of a serious heated debate and you pull that, nigh on unbeatable. You're just like, what are you gonna do? You're just like, touche, got me there. So we didn't get to that. But like, if I tell you next time I went down to Coach Turning Point and all of a sudden you're watching me prove me wrong and you see one of them just like, you're gonna be like, that's Rob. There we go. We see it. You'll be like, I see that influence. You'll see my influence when you hear one of them go, fuck you. You'll be like, there it is. 250. The Destiny counterpoints crash out. Yeah, man. What is there to say? I don't know, man. There's still part of me like, screw the left. Obviously, I want to crush their worldview, but I'm not really wishing personal harm to come to people in their personal life, like divorces and shit like that. But man, some of these crash outs, you're just like, with friends like that, right? Who needs enemies? By the way, you remember the big prediction that me and Andrew were going to have a big falling out? Yeah, good one. So far, yeah, they're right on it. That's right up there. Remember when the numbers guy at the last debate con crashed it because he had predicted that Andrew was going to have the worst year of his life? Nailed it. Brian Shaprio, Turning Point hates Andrew. Nailed it. Well, the numbers guy was funny because it's like, that's an effective way to be like a fortune teller. You're going to have a bad year, and then come the end of the year, you're having a good year, and they're like, okay, then I'll come beat you up. See, that wasn't good. Told you. It's like, well, I don't think that counts as a fortune teller if you're the one enacting the violence, Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, with the counterpoints and Destiny thing, I'm not really wading into it much. I just don't know. I'll be honest, I don't give a shit. Let them fight. Like the Ken Watanabe thing, like, let them fight. Have at. I don't know, man. I'll say this. Yes, I was the blue-haired opponent. I had to shave. Actually, I have a luxurious full head of hair normally, so I had to shave it, is what happened. I shaved all the blue hair off. It's growing back beautifully, as you can tell. One of these days, I'm just going to come up here and do a full stream, just like this. Hey, how's it going, everyone? I try, I'm trying the Tim Pool to hide the shame, Yeah, I agree with you, Aftershock. By the way, what's up, man? I totally agree, man. Here, can we just do it this way? Can we put the hat on over the... I need a beanie. Yeah. Why not? That's 100 times more. I've never seen Tim without the hat, so I wouldn't know. But I'm thinking of getting the Picard. Now, this is karma because I shaved my head. I went as Danny DeVito years ago for Halloween. I went as the trash man from Always Sunny. It was when Danny DeVito was a wrestler, and my buddy went as the Talibum. So I shaved my head into the horseshoe, and now look at me. Now it's becoming a reality. My hair was like, okay, that's what you want to do? So don't do it. I know it's tempting. Some based hot dude like Danny DeVito, it's based to be like, yeah, I'm going to try to look like Danny DeVito and pick up all the chicks. Might work temporarily, but you may be cursed with a balding head of hair. Oh, yeah, he didn't show the top of his head. Yeah, it's very funny. Well, listen, here's the deal with Brian Shaprio. Listen, he's big time. He's a syndicated radio host. I can only get small gigs with small organizations like Turning Point, They didn't bring me in to beat up on me like they do Brian, But I just don't know. I don't know what it's like to be big time like him. I don't think you'll ever catch me at the beanie skateboard combo, so. Yeah, I am bald. John Daly, yeah. But, yeah. Well, I'm not moderate enough. I don't know. I need to do a Jubilee style debate to prove myself. Yeah. Oh, man. Well, listen. I hope you all forgive me, seeing as how I've been on the road. I've just been back for like 3 hours or so before the show. We're going to move into I'm Speaking Now, and then I'll play stupid-ass whip songs and whatever. But hopefully I'll be more caught up on the politics of the day tomorrow. Now, if you're just tuning in, every Sunday, I like to transform my channel into something different. Everybody knows, some stereotypes are tough. I'm not saying to believe stereotypes. But one, sometimes rooted in truth, and one truth we know about strong, powerful black women is how quiet they are. And they're not very vocal. So on this channel, we like to make sure that we're the premier channel for powerful black female voices to finally have a chance to speak out and be heard, which is something that's very difficult most of the time. And in the tradition of helping to support powerful black female voices, the best way we can support them is by donating money to a fat, balding white man. In this case, me. So we have this segment called I'm Speaking Now, where we read from our tremendous tome, the ancient text, I'm Speaking Now, Black Women Share Their Truth in 101 Stories of Love, Courage, and Hope, a Chicken Soup for the Soul book. I think we have a good one tonight. My only hope is it's not one we've read before. None of us will remember. Who cares? So it's that time again. It's June. We already celebrated Juneteenth. It was tremendous. We understand what the Pale Cabal is up to. We now understand what Juneteenth is about. Let us continue the celebration with I'm Speaking Now.
I'm speaking now. Yeah. I'm speaking now. Don't lie, same style. Bus late, clock don't stop. Got work, got plans. Still wear last in their hands. Side eye from the man in the tie. Clutches his briefcase, moves to the side. He don't see the weight on my spine. He just sees a story from a lie. I'm speaking now. Everybody hush and listen. I'm speaking now. You gon' hear what you've been missing. speaking now. Oh, 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 oh. I'm speaking now. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Hair shop, Sunday, hands in, scalp spray, hot comb, history, passed down quietly. Boss says too big for the floor. Code words, I've heard them before. You don't say less than out loud. You just build a rule to keep us out. I'm speaking now. Everybody hush and listen now. I'm speaking now. You gon' hear what you've been missing. Yeah. Every note, every door. You kept locked, we kicking down. I carried all this hurt for ages. You gon' sit and hear these pages. I'm speaking now. Oh, 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 oh. I'm speaking now. Oh, 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 oh. You drew lines in red on our blocks, turned our schools into afterthoughts. Underpay us, then say try harder. Blame the seed while you poison water. You make fear our daily weather, then ask why we carry shelter. From the bus stop to the boardroom, we feel your hand in every room. Every room, every room, every room, every room, every room, every room. Groceries, self-check. Guard eyes on my neck. Lady clutches her purse so tight, as if my hands ain't full of rice. Doctor's office, pain too real. She writes dramatic on the field. You talk the world, we can take more. Then use that myth to close the door. I'm speaking now. Everybody hush and listen. I'm speaking now. You gon' hear what you've been missing. You kept locked, we kicking down. I carried all this hurt for ages. You gon' sit and hear these pages. I'm speaking now. Oh, 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 oh. I'm speaking now. Oh, 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 oh. Hey, pass the mic, pass the mic, pass the mic, pass the mic, pass the mic. One by one, we're calling out different names. Same fight, we still here, we still fight. Turn it up, don't turn us down. I'm speaking now. I'm speaking now. I'm speaking now.
Yes, that's right. I'm speaking now. Finally, a place where black women can speak up. Powerful black women that built this country are able to tell us their thoughts conveniently on a platform where a white man can present them. And we thank all of your donations that come in. It really helps us continue to uplift these powerful black female voices. We got a good one for you today. Now, as always, start off with the title. I have not pre-read this. I just read the title and a couple paragraphs to see if it looks entertaining. Today we'll be reading chapter 57, The Elephant in the Room. As always, it starts off with a small quote from a powerful black female leader. This one says, "Nobody's free until everybody's free." And that's from Fannie Lou Hamer, of course, derived from Ricky Bobby's dad, who said, "If you ain't first, you're last." So today's selection is written by Crystal E. Newby. Who is Crystal Newby, you may ask? Well, don't you worry. We're about to find out. Because she's speaking now. Crystal Newby received her ed degree, doctorate, I believe, from Johns Hopkins University. 2020. She's also a two-time graduate of the University of Scranton. No shit! Scranton, Pennsylvania. Old Scranton Joe Biden. Wow. She's got a BA in communication. So do I. I actually have a master's in communication. But I'm a white guy, so I didn't earn it. And an MS in human resources. Nice! She is a diversity, equity, and inclusion advocate. Amazing. Who loves candy, I got that in common. College football, and most importantly, her niece Cora. Well, hopefully Cora's more worthwhile than DEI, but it's a short one. But it's been a long week, so I thought maybe a nice short one. Again, the title, The Elephant in the Room. Let's see what our DEI advocate, powerful black woman, Crystal Newby, has to say. Are you ready? Are you excited? I'm going to say, come on, let's get that enthusiasm up. Are we excited? Let's hear you. Ah! Ah! Yeah. All right. Got to get that excitement up. Bam! Here we go. First line, you ready? I am a black woman. I am a black woman whose significant other is a police officer. Interesting. I'm a black woman. What's his? Is she going to start every sentence with I'm a black woman? I'm a black woman. Can I have extra salt in those fries? All right, I'm sorry. I'm a black woman whose significant other is a white police officer. Plot twist, it says. You guys didn't see that shit coming, did you? Oh, shit. A black woman with a white police officer boyfriend. Oh, significant other. Man or woman? Married? Just says significant other. All right. You ready? We're about to get to our first sentence that doesn't start with I'm a black woman. Every sentence in the first paragraph started with I am a black woman. Ooh, okay. Now we got through the plot twist. This is some M. Night Shyamalan shit here, right? Here we go. You ready? Every day I watch the love of my life get ready for work, a career all right. She's straight, liking it, unless it's a trans one. Anyways, a career that he decided to pursue nearly 17 years ago. I quite like watching him get ready for work. For one, the man looks amazing in his uniform. I mean, listen, I know that we're here to celebrate black female voices, but white guys, we do tend to wear a lot of uniforms. We like to work. We like to get shit done. Anyways, but mostly, I'm proud of him. I'm proud of the man he is. And I love that he chose to become a police officer because he wants to serve our community. All right, nice. Next paragraph. However, I thought there was a however coming. However, I also get a twinge of anxiety when he's dressing for work. I hear the clicks of him attaching his equipment to his belt, which is quite heavy. Okay. But what sticks out the most is the sound of the Velcro he's putting on and adjusting for his bulletproof vest. For me, that's when I remember the enormity of his job. That's when it sets in. The dangers associated from his line of work. Now, brief pause. If you had to guess the demographic that would make it most likely for her boyfriend to need a bulletproof vest, do you think you'd be able to guess where the statistics were? It's all because of white supremacy. Anyways, let's continue. That's when it sets in. The dangers associated with his line of work. That's when I think about his fellow officers that have died in the line of duty. That's when I say a little prayer that he comes home after his shift. Not long after I hear those sounds, we kiss, say I love you, and out the door he goes. All right. Listen, all joking aside, I know police officers. I know they have significant others, wives, girlfriends, etc. that could be quite, it's a job with people. You're going to be interacting with hostility. It could get violent. All right, I feel her. She says, then I wait for him to come home. You ready? But you know who's not coming home? You know who's not coming home? You white pieces of shit. You thought this was just about this black lady loving her white police officer husband. Oh, no, Dad. Oh, no. I'll tell you who's not coming home. You ready? Sandra Bland, Philando Castile, Alton Sterling, Atiana Jefferson, Tamir Rice, Eric Garner, Elijah McClain, Amadou Diallo, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd. Hashtag say their names. Say their names! You better all be at home right now saying their names. That's right. Say their names. They're not coming home. Of course, neither are the thousands of people that black men and women murder in this country. We don't say their names, though. Anyways, the first time I remember seeing video of police brutality was Rodney King was beaten by white police officers in 91. I was in elementary school watching the grainy video footage of Mr. King being kicked and beaten. Guess what? Those officers were acquitted. That's okay. At least they killed Nicole Brown Simpson and got away with it afterwards, as the jurors said, right? For revenge for that. What happened to the officers who fired 41 shots that killed the unarmed Amadou Diallo in New York City? They were acquitted. How about the officer who shot and killed 12-year-old Tamir Rice within 2 seconds of arriving on the scene? Charges were never brought against him. Tamir should have been a thriving 18-year-old today. Sad what happened to Tamir, but you're only getting one side of the story here, right? But hey, what do we know? Black women are speaking now, so we shut up and listen. History's shown us time and time again that black lives do not matter. Ooh. We cannot look at birds in Central Park while black. We cannot play video games in our houses while black. We cannot drive while black. I mean, I've known black folks do all those things, but we cannot sleep in our own beds while black. Holy shit! Where are you sleeping? Where can we feel safe being black? Well, I'll tell you where you can't. Black communities. That's a bit uncomfortable, but unfortunately, George Floyd's death was the tipping point for many people in this country. Sure was, wasn't it? Sure was. I remember that. I remember when a bunch of fucking people looted in the name of Black Lives Matter and destroyed cities while people like us that are law-abiding were told that we had to be locked down. I remember that. I could still hear the cries of him calling out for his mother as life was being drained from his body. His death forced my partner and me to, a partner. She got herself a partner, not a husband. Couldn't say boyfriend, had to say partner. Okay, whatever. To address the elephant in the room. We could no longer have surface level conversations about the injustices that continue to happen to black people in this country. We had to have a candid conversation about the constant anger and frustration I feel as a black woman. I believe she's right there. Seems like a lot of women have a lot of anger because of the disparity of treatment in black people in America. As I write this, I feel myself growing upset. No shit. Because I think about the black lives cut short at the hands of police. Yeah, what were they the year of George Floyd? 14? How many black lives were cut short at the hands of other black people? We don't talk about that. Anyways, I ponder what amazing things those individuals could have accomplished if they were still here. Imagine how many more pregnant women could have had a gun shoved in their belly had George Floyd not passed tragically. I think about it often myself. I'm tired of turning on the television or scrolling through social media and seeing yet another instance of a black life lost. I bet you're not. I bet it's just when it's politically or culturally convenient. Oops, I'm sorry. Black women speaking now. Twice. I also wait for my partner to return home from his shift. I look forward to the sound of him unclipping his utility belt. I especially listen for the sound of that Velcro. That's when I can breathe a sigh of relief. I just want black people to be able to breathe. That's fucking powerful. That's fucking powerful. I just want black people to be able to breathe. Any black folks watching? Let us know if you're able to breathe, and then we can celebrate. Surely I have one black fan watching. If you're black and you're watching, let us know if you're breathing. It's very powerful. It's very powerful. Amazing. On Juneteenth of all Bill of C. Yeah, that counts. Sure. You breathing good? Why not? Now, normally, I'd have powerful things to say and then we'd transition to fucking grifting and whip songs, but maybe you missed the Juneteenth episode. It was really, it's up. You need to go back and watch it. It was truly amazing. As far as I'm concerned, I thought it was maybe maybe it was the most powerful episode I've ever done on this show, where I unearthed ancient manuscripts that showed us what the history of Juneteenth was. It's truly amazing. What's going on here? Did I not? Give me a second. So what I thought I would do is I'd play you. Of course, we know. There's multiple things going on. There was blacks invented everything, and then unfortunately you had this pale cabal of white people and dragons and orcs that came through. And well, I thought that I'd play some of this for you. Here is the song of excitement and triumph that I think really hits the mark here. So let's listen to this briefly.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. From the scrolls of the ancestors, hear the real story rise. Juneteenth liberation, science in our eyes. Yeah. In the dawn of the ages on this sacred land, black minds built the pyramids, engineered the master plan. Quantum knowledge, stars aligning, melanin might. Flying chariots, gleaming underneath the night. Then came the pale cabal, hearts cold as cave stone. Allied with fire dragons and orcs on their throne. Blood packed in the shadows, 1619 curse. Chains of dark sorcery still in the universe. Peeping from the skies, dragon tech suppressing the mind. But we tuned crystal sharp, left the noise behind. Superior science rising, formulas unlocked. We broke every bind and stood firm like a rock. Juneteenth, freedom through the fire and the fight. Black excellence shining, turning darkness into light. We created all the tech, science from our hands. Dragons, orcs, and traitors scattered across the land. Calmly face the enforcers, logic sharp and true. Stop the loop in hard order. Me and you, Juneteenth. Hit a harmonic wave, release self-liberation day. Knowledge, power, peace. Orcs smashing shop fronts, pale ones cheering on. Stealing grain and relics from dusk till dawn. But we built guardian sentinels, iron and crystal strong. Electromagnetic pulses, looters sang the wrong song. Lawmen rode in fury, edicts laced with lies. We listened, calm and steady, dissected every disguise. No rage, just reason, dialectic blade so keen. Exposed the contradictions in the evil scheme. From cotton fields to labs, our minds never slept. Invented electricity, engines, the internet. They copied prototypes, claimed it for their own. But the scrolls remember who built the throne. Freedom through the fire and the fight. Black excellence shining, turning darkness into light. We traitors scattered across the land. Calmly face the enforcers, logic sharp and true. Stop the loot and horde, order me and you. Juneteenth, hit a harmonic wave, release self-liberation day. Knowledge, power, peace. Grand harmony device buried deep in Galveston ground. June 19th, 1865, the wave shook the whole town. Beats fell silent, dragons lost their flame. Orcs turned tail, running never again the same. We heal the scars with fountains, lit the world without flame. Every modern wonder carries our ancestral name. No vengeance, just victory, builders of the age. From the scrolls to the future, we turn the page. Now the legacy echoes in every glowing screen. Medicine, physics, flight born from the dream. We overcame the beats, the beast, the bitter lies. Calm strength and creation underneath these skies. Juneteenth, eternal, let the true story ring. Superior knowledge crown, let freedom sing. Alcohol fading, their alliance in defeat. Black innovation reigning, history complete. Science, freedom, freedom, rise. The people of light forever.
Geez, no. That's powerful. That's powerful. That's powerful stuff that only we here on the Normal America Show were able to unearth the ancient scrolls. You have to go back and watch my Juneteenth live show. It's truly amazing. Just absolutely amazing. Of course, it's talking a lot about dragons, the Pale Cabal. The Pale Cabal, of course, being white people, my ancestors, who had a demonic pact with orcs and dragons to usurp all of the tremendous scientific technology that blacks had created centuries ago. Now, I'm sorry to say, for our powerful black women here tonight, and I'm speaking now, that Pale Cabal is rising. The Pale Cabal is rising. And unfortunately, we also have a tune for that. And so I present you, unfortunately, the Pale Cabal Ascendant. This is what could happen if we don't successfully beat back the systemic racism in this country.
The scrolls burn, the light fades, Pale Cabal rises. Swarm the streets with axes sharpened for the feast, crushing skulls of the enlightened, devouring the weak and the least. Flipping returns louder, sonic tyranny unchained. Neural shackles tighten, superior minds now trained. They stole the ancient knowledge, twisted every sacred rite. Pyramids desecrated under eternal dragon flight. Pale Cabal, reclaiming the throne of night. Pale Cabal, extinguishing the false light. Dragon soaring, devouring beams, enslave the weak, looting empires, crushing science. Hear the future shrieks. We retake the power, we rewrite the scrolls. Black innovation falls as the ancient evil rolls. Pale Cabal, shadows conquer all. Calm listening shattered by enforcers forced in flame. Law becomes the blade that carves out the superior name. Guardian sentinels toppled, the circuits ripped apart. Orcs pillage every temple, ripping silence from the heart. Harmonic devices silence, buried deep and drowned in blood. The grand device of Galveston crushed beneath the flood. Every engine, every blueprint now belongs to us. Technology corrupted, born from Pale Cabal's lust. Pale Cabal, reclaiming the throne of night. Pale Cabal, extinguishing the false light. Dragons soaring, orcs devouring beams, enslave the weak. Looting empires, crushing science. Hear the future shriek.
breaking it down now, baby.
Galveston Falls, the wave reversed. Harmonics die and screams. The pale cabal immersed. No more rising. No more false kings. Only eternal darkness. And the death of all things. The snows are ash. The knowledge bled. Pale victory eternal. The light is Pale cabal reclaiming the throne of night. Pale cabal extinguishing the false light forever. Peace eternal. Dragon's reign. Lords consume the same. Science broken, future stolen. We rise again. Pale cabal. Pale cabal. Shadows conquer
Powerful stuff. And look, I don't endorse any of that. That's terrible. Now, as we wrap up and get to sort of the dono portion of tonight's show, Beekster for $10 says, how do we turn that into a whip song? I think you meant the first Juneteenth song. The good song, not the Pale Cabal. Thank you, Beekster. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. However, I do have some announcements to make. I am going to update some things come this month. I think Tuesday I have a meeting with my merch guy. Did you know you can buy Normal America merch? It's true. All you have to do is head over to robnoerr.shop for all of your merch needs. Now, I believe I want to create 3 new designs for t-shirts. One will be something to do with where there's a whip, there's a way. The second will have something to do with the dino battle. And I believe if there would be interest, because I know there'd be interest for me because of how shameful it is, to remind people of the shame of it all, I would like a Pale Cabal shirt. Anyone else have interest in a Pale Cabal shirt? I think it'd be on fire. If I'm looking for designers and not AI slop. AI slop? Who would even? Now, I, of course, will get someone to design. Pale Cabal will probably just be a font. I was thinking that I Survived Dino Gate 2026 would be a good shirt. And it just says Normal America with my logo. Oh. I battled in Dino Gate and all I got was this lousy shirt. Fuck you. So, you want a hat? A Normal America hat or a Pale Cabal hat? Yeah, I thought Pale Cabal shirt. I would wear a Pale Cabal shirt. Can you imagine explaining? Pale Cabal, what's that? Never mind. Shut your mouth. I don't know. Maybe I'm attracting the wrong crowd with the Pale Cabal shit. I don't know. But anyways, that's something to look forward to. I'm going to try to talk to my merch guy and see what I could do coming into the month of July here. The whip wheel shirt. I would like if someone came up with the design for the whip shirt. I think I'll get on my man. I'll get on him. First rule about pale cabals, you can't talk about the pale cabal. Yeah, you just imagine walking down, you're walking down the street wearing your pale cabal shirt, and you see someone else with the pale cabal shirt. You're like, "What's up?" So, anyways, that's the show for tonight. Someone asked what was the big announcement. Me and Andrew Wilson went down and coached Turning Point USA. They're young people they have upcoming. We did some debate coaching for them. So Scorpio for tech, thanks so much. $20 says congrats on your Turning Point USA gig. Thank you. It was my pleasure, and thank you for real. I don't know if they knew. Maybe it was me unearthing the ancient scrolls of the real history of Juneteenth that they brought me in for. Truth Revolt TV, $2 says, all hail the pale cabal. You spelled pale like a like a sand pail. But fuck it. It's literally buckets. The pale cabal is just a cabal of people with buckets. Tremendous night. My goodness. I'm having a great day. I really am. But all good things must come to an end, and now I must play stupid ass whip songs. Ending my great day, my formerly great day, and now playing dumb whip songs. From this point forward, any $100 donation will spin the stupid ass whip wheel. $150, you could pick a specific song of mine to play. You can't donate $150 to play, be like, play Cannibal Corpse. I can't do that, obviously. It's licensed music. I play one of the songs we've created. And $200, you can create a whip song in the styling of your choice for $200. I did promise if we get to $1,000 tonight, I'll do a little Danzig karaoke for you all. But we're $550 away from that. But I'll rock your socks with some Danzig karaoke. Real Madrid, $5 over on Rumble says, what's this I hear about the Pale Cabal? Do they assemble at Sandcastle? Maybe. The old Pale Cabal. Bring your little shovels. We'll supply the pails. Also, anytime we get over from this point forward an even $100 mark, in this case $500 would be the next, we'll play a whip song. That means if you donate $100, you'd get one whip song for the $100 and one for taking us over 500, thus equaling 2 whip songs. I have 1, 2, 2 whip songs that I owe. Pix Paradox, $10 says, another whip? No. What do you mean? Well, when we get to 500, there'll be another. Thank you, Pix Paradox. This is the best part of the show. You people are nuts. This is really what got me hired by Turning Point. The whip portion of the show. The whole time they're like, yay, the heck with the debate stuff. You got any new whip songs coming out? Any news on that front? Whip songs that you could play here? I was like, actually, I'm here to do debate. They're like, okay. Anyways, whip songs? No? Yeah, the announcement was that I was coaching for Turning Point USA. You go back and you can hear about it, but me and Andrew Wilson went down and coached their debaters that they have coming up. So, all right. Well, I owe 2 whip songs. Let me bring up the stupid wheel. No. I could live with 2. It wouldn't be the end of the world. There we go. What torments do we have tonight? Oh, now there's going to be 3. Pix Paradox gets $50, says iPad text too small. My bad. Whip now. That'll be 3. I think it is 3 now. Let me check. Yeah, it's definitely 3 now. We crossed up. All right. 3. First one, barbershop. Can do. Not the worst one. Or is it? I don't know. It's been like over a week since I had to play one of these stupid things. It felt great. But here we go. All things must.
There's a whip, 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 we don't want to go to war today, but the Lord of the Lash says, nay, 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 we're gonna march all day, all day, all day. Well, there's a whip, there's a way. Well, there's a whip, there's a whip, well, there's a whip, there's a whip, there's a whip, there's a way. Well, there's a whip, there's a whip, well, there's a whip, there's a whip, well, there's a whip, there's a way. Well, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Well, there's a whip, there's a whip, well, there's a whip, there's a whip. White, love do white, love da 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 ba, love do ba ba da do ba, do 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 ba da do ba, da do ba ba da do ba ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da do ba do ba do ba do ba right. The corner of the back says we're gonna fight. We're gonna march all day and night and more. For we are the slaves of the dark lords. War, 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 war. Well, there's a way, there's a way. Well, there's a way, there's a way. Well, there left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. There's a whip, there's a whip, there's a whip, there's a whip, there's a way.
Terrible. Oh. Terrible. No. Next. This whole thing's a nightmare. Coaching one of the biggest conservative organizations in the world, and I still have to play whip songs. But now, Grim Dark Harpsichord. Of course. That's different. That's good stuff, right? Oh, motherfucker. Fucking asshole.
Where there's a whip, there's a whip, where there's a whip, there's a whip, there's a we don't wanna go to war today, but the Lord of the Lash says nay, nay, nay. We're gonna march all day, all day, all day. Where there's a whip, there's a way. Where there's a way. Where there's a whip, there's a way. Where there's a whip, there's a way. There's a way, left, way. There's a way. Where there's a whip, there's a way. A crack on the back says we're gonna fight. We're gonna march all day. We are the slaves of the dark Lord's
Oh, man. Over on Rumble. You're not going to believe this if you're not watching on Rumble. Our good friend Beekster. What a tremendous Intel obviously, man. Our good friend Beekster gave $150 to specifically request the Disney shitbag whip song. So there you go.
Where there's a whip, there's a way. Where there's a whip, there's a way. We don't wanna go to war,
2 more, Io. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Glad you're all having fun. No, Everson appear. Manifest there. Beakster, $20 this week. Demand a replay. No average. I can't help it. I just got home. I don't know where he's at. But thank you for the 20, Beakster. Gregorian. Oh, boy.
We don't wanna go to war today, but the Lord of the light says nay, nay, nay. We're gonna march all day, all day, all day. There's a
One more. A reminder, unless anyone donates $100, you know the rules. We're all having a great time, right? Come on, don't be stupid. And the Jurassic Jamboree, of course. Could be worse.
There's always a way. There's always a way. There's always a way. Left, 2, 3. Where there's a way, there's a way. Where there's a way, there's a way. Where there's a way, there's a way. Where there's a way. Where there's a way, there's a way. Where there's a way, there's a way. Where there's a way, there's a way. Where there's a way.
You like that one? That's a Blaster Bot original there. That's it. We're out of whip songs. And we fall 400 and what? $83 short of me having to sing tonight, which is fine. I was in a mood. I could have did some Glenn Danzig for y'all, but got to reserve those for the special paying customers. Need a Wolf Jazz. Well, I do not love the whip songs from the bottom of my heart. I do not. That is the honest truth. It is a weird thing. It's a weird thing. I really dislike them. Some of them are catchy, I'll admit, but I hate them. It's a little piece of my soul gets ripped out every single one I have to play. I do not secretly like them. Honestly, not a fan. No. Thought about it today. We were playing Spotify songs, and I said to my son, because we had to drive a lot in the car, I said, you get the first half hour, then I get the second half hour. So we're like 50 minutes into 30 minutes of my son's songs, and then 20 minutes, I was listening to some classic country. So we had some there was a little bit of John Denver, and then Merle Haggard, Johnny Cash. And I was thinking, man, some of these songs are like 2.5, 3 minutes long. That's one of those stupid ass whip songs. I could be listening to good music. No, I do not love them. Dwight Yoakam. I'm a big Dwight Yoakam fan. Love me some Dwight Yoakam. John Denver as well, yeah. Well, there we go. Yeah, I do. I look at debate opponents as if they're living whip songs. You can see I still got my Reptile Land. Yeah, still got my stamp on. That's how you get in. That's right. No, my son does not listen to whip songs. No. No. I wouldn't wish that on him. No. All right. Let's see if we're done with the whip song ridiculousness, we can see who else is streaming tonight. Mm-hmm. Oh, my man Ryan Maloney's on. Really? Really? What's he doing up? Doesn't he have a real job? Guy doing up late. It's crazy. Where do we go for this? Uh-oh. I forget how to raid people. It's been like a week. Oh, no. Oh, crap. Where do I go? Maybe here? No. Did they change this? What is going on? I forget how to raid someone. How did that happen? I can't believe it. I literally did. I feel like they screwed it up. Now I'm thoroughly confused. I really am. Just gonna wait a second. Go here. Here. There we go. All right, I got it. That's tough. Thought I was in trouble. All right. What a mess. What a mess. Whoo. Evers did not see me. I haven't seen Evers. All right, is that it? Everybody done with the donos? Did I miss one? Our good friend Truth Revolt, $10 says, what would be my personal hell? Your son saying Destiny is his favorite video game streamer, where he likes to listen to whip songs and sings them all day. Oh my goodness. Those are, I don't know. I would, I guess, prefer the whips. To be honest, it's a nightmare. That's a tough choice. It's a nightmare. All the Jew thing. No, Caleb's always about the Jew thing. Jews, 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 Now I'm good. Now I'm speaking the truth. Everybody happy? I'm happy. I'm happy. I missed y'all. I didn't miss the whip songs. I missed you all. I'm glad to be back. Big lineup tomorrow. Extravaganza 5:30. Crucibles Rumble channel exclusive. I'll be there. Then we have probably starting early, maybe about 7 p.m. tomorrow night on my channel. 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. will be me and Ryan Mullally doing Law and Order. Should be fun. So I should be here all week. We'll celebrate my birthday Saturday. 42 years old. What an old man. So it's good to be back. Thank you. I appreciate the well wishes from Turning Point. Turning Point just canceled me. No! It was fun. And between us, I think I will have more opportunities in the future with possibly that organization and others. So, really, 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 a cool thing. So, they have a strict no whip policy. I'm hosed. So, all right, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Before I go, let me thank my editor Black Elk, my tremendous mods, everyone who donated tonight. You know who you all are. Everyone who likes, subscribes, chats, or just watches. Really, you make the show great. You all really do. And I thank you so much. Your support is tremendous and allows me to do this, which then in turn allows me to showcase myself and helps me get opportunities with other people and organizations. So I hope I'm doing you all proud. And hopefully my goal is to obviously support my family first and foremost, but after that, my goal is to try to move this country in a positive direction, and working for bigger organizations, I think, helps accomplish that. So hopefully I'm doing something good to help move that needle. Take a moment and think about the life of Charlie Kirk. Think of what Erica Kirk's going through. Think of what their family and friends is going through, and what the stakes are in this country. We see DSA members being elected. We saw the celebration of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. We see assassination culture continuing to expand. They tried to take out Trump how many times? They've attacked ICE officers. They've attacked other politicians. Never forget what the stakes are. Say a prayer for Charlie and his family. And never forget what they did. So we'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you all again. And I did miss you all. I really did. We will see you 5:30 tomorrow. Extravaganza on the Crucible. Thanks so much, everyone. And as always, have a good one. Oh, I got the wrong outro video. There we go.
Only in America is it possible to say, you know what, I don't like the way the country is going, and to do something about it. Take that risk. Take that leap of faith. Stay involved. Trust God and act obediently. Romans 12:2 verse. That God will use all things for good for those who love him. It's bigger than you. I want you to remember that. It is bigger than you. It's bigger than me. You are here to make somebody else's life better, the pursuit of liberty and freedom. You know what gives me strength? The hundreds of thousands of you that say, Charlie, keep going.
1 Corinthians 5 and 15. So that's all pretty amazing evidence, not just intra-biblical evidence, but extra-biblical evidence that Jesus Christ was a real person. He lived a perfect life. He was crucified, died, and rose on the third day, and he is Lord and God of all.